Hey, Cambridge students. This is Mrs. Muchler, and we are going to go through our final few steps to our social media project. So this video will be the introduction video, and there will be two others to follow, but we are getting ready to wrap up our social media unit and finish our final projects. Um, Here's just a little bit about what we're looking for. So far, we've learned how to Raven, and we've learned how to deconstruct. In later videos, you'll learn how to reconstruct, but keep your deconstruction questions open right now in case you need anything. We've also gone through and read several articles on the global use of social media. You've looked at Social Bakers. You've looked at some pro-social networking sites like the Voices of America blog and the China Real Time blog. And I've added another one on there that's sort of a drier article on social media use, just in case you need it. For any of those of you who want to look for sources that have to do with social media from the against standpoint, I've added 3 articles here that you might be interested in as well. There's one from the Washington Post, if it loads, about online bullying, and I know that's something we've talked about in class. So in case you need this one, it's here. Again, it's not super long, but if you're looking for an argument against online bullying, that might be a great one, or social media in general. Let me go back to our page. I've got another against social media site which identifies the 6 types of Twitter trolls. So this is pretty interesting, pretty entertaining, and again, not a super long article. There's some comments there, but really the 6 Twitter trolls is a good one to use. And then finally, social networks and identity theft, which isn't something we've talked about. But again, kind of a short article that kind of goes through some of the different scams that are propagated on Facebook and other social media networks. Now, I'm showing you all of these so that you have some extra resources in case you need them. The first thing you're going to need to do is choose at least 3 sources that you would like to use in your essay and then in your project. Now, here's my rule, is 2 of your sources have to be from a pro-social media standpoint. So that could be either of these that we looked at and deconstructed in class. It could also be the article that you chose and deconstructed. It could be another one that you found or liked. Or it could also be an interview. And we'll go over how to document interviews later. But either the interview you are doing in class this week, one that you did with a teacher or an administrator last week, could also count for pro-social media. You'll need at least one against point of view. So that's why I've added these 3 articles here in case you need them, but you are also welcome to go on Gale or EBSCOhost and find your own article. Again, on the against social networking sources, you can also use an interview that you're doing this week or have done last week. So that is sources. What we're looking to do is to first of all write an essay where you deconstruct, or where you're deconstructing issues relating to social media. You reconstruct them and you reflect on them, and we'll go into that a little bit later in the paper video of this. But you're going to answer the question ultimately: is social networking making us antisocial? Okay. This is your personal opinion. This is not the personal opinion of the perspective you've been assigned. This is not an opinion based on an article you have. So you have to think first. Do you think social media is making us antisocial? And I know a lot of you guys sort of rode the fence at first, and not that that's a bad thing to do, but that's the driving question that we're answering in the paper. The second thing you're going to do, and this again, I'll have a separate video based on this, you are going to create a project of some sort that recommends to our school board what we should do about social media, keeping it blocked or unblocked. And I would again like you to use that, is social media making us antisocial question. It's a great question to center it around as you present your recommendation to our administrators. So again, there'll be a video talking about separately the project, what you can do and what you can't do, and what all the components need. But that's where we're going for now. Stay tuned for the next video about creating your annotated bibliography, or really just your bibliography or works cited. And then the next video following that will be about your essay, and the following video after that will be about your project. So thank you, and I will